Hey guys, I'm back. Hi guys, yep, this is me, James Turner, back here to thank you for 200 subscribers. Absolutely buzzing. So I just thought, how could I thank you? Well, everyone likes my what ifs, and since I'm not famous for not finishing them, I thought, why not just make a what if that I'll never finish? Of course, try and finish it this time. Anyway, let's try not mess up. First video back. Like and subscribe, comment done when you're done, of course. You know, all the usual stuff. Let's get right into it then. Right, so Deku. Let's just set up the plot. So Deku was born as a kid. I low-key nicked this from somewhere, but I was too tired to notice. But yeah, Deku was born as a kid. He's born with this quirk. What does this quirk do? This quirk is similar to Endeavor's, but not the same. Similar, but not the same. So, let me explain. He's born all the same, but a day before, because I just wanna make this, you know, as fan servicey as possible, but not weird. So anyway, a day before Bakugo, his quirk manifests. It manifests in a low-key dangerous way, but basically he gets a really bad temperature, headache, all that stuff. And then he's like, you know when kids like burp and they need to be coughed down? He gets coughed down by the teacher, like patted down, and then like kind of like froze up, but it's more like fire, and it doesn't burn his throat. So anyway, then they go to the doctors. They have rigorous testing done, and they realise that he has a quirk. This quirk is obviously really cool, but right now all he can do is breathe fire. Yeah, so anyway, all he can do right now is breathe fire. Well, I'm sorry, it's what, 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm hearing noises. Please don't kill me. Anyway, so all he can do right now is breathe fire, and he has control over this fire, like a bit like well, basically he's control over this fire like it's like firebending a little bit, so he can fully control the fire. Like, I'm talking about when he gets, like, if he could produce that much fire, which he can't because there are some drawbacks, he could turn it into a ginormous dragon, or like armor around his skin. But one thing is, right now he can only shoot mini flames from his fingertips and the rest of his body, and but most of the flame comes from his mouth. But that will be retconned recently because I've probably completely forget about it. But anyway, let's also go into the downfalls. So the downfalls is Endeavor, kinda. So of course I want to make this lightning like blue or green. I can't quite decide. I think it'll be in between the two because his lightning looks cool like that, and I want it to be like that. I think more power, the more different colours it'll go, and of course it'll probably go from green to blue. Being highest, I think, because blue flames are like the quite hot flames, so it'll look cool, but not like dabby blue. It'll be more like, I'll explain it later when I get to that time. But anyway, so right now his power is basically fire because he gets it from his mum, but it gets it from his dad being able to breathe fire and produce it a bit from his hands. But where his quirk is different to his mum's is actually because he can use telekinesis, so he can control the fire. Anyway, So, Deku's quirk is not that powerful. Let me explain. Well, no. Okay, fine. Deku's quirk is pretty powerful, but Bakugo sees this as a bad thing. He's like, God damn it, that weakling thinks he's on my level, you know, the stuff that he thinks, you know, like, ah! It's 4 o'clock in the morning, cut me some slack when it comes to this. But anyway, so basically, he's like, they're kind of like rivals, except Bakugo's still completely, completely just beating Deku and everything, because the argument is Deku is kind of nervous because he don't want to use his quirk because he can't control it. So he's like, I'm gonna train. So not only because of the rules of society, he can't actually train his quirk because his quirk's deemed dangerous. I did do bunny ears. I don't know why. His quirk is dangerous. Face of facts. You've got to face the facts. It's pretty dangerous, which means he can't use it in public, so he can't actually train to control his quirk. But as a kid, he realizes that if he really wants to be a hero, instead of being unmotivated like he was when he didn't have a quirk, he's just like, I am going to have to hone my body. So he starts working out at a young age. Of course, he waits about till he's 10. So that's 5 years full on eating healthy, training and all that stuff. And he starts like running every day at 7, then he picks it more up at 10, and by 15, which is a time he's in UA, I think it's 15 or 16, he's actually kind of jacked. Not like a Chad, but he's certainly strong and lean, and definitely a step up from what he was. And this is 10 months before UA. Anyway, so of course Bakugo be absolutely shitting on him, uses his quirk to blow up his hero thing like he usually does and throws it into the water, but instead of like saying he should swan dive off, he says you should just light the skull on fire and take yourself down with it. No one will care, only you would die, I would save you all. Basically saying that, oh, you should create a problem so I can be a hero, you should go on your life, no one wants you here anyway, how about you go jump in the water since you're too dangerous. Basically contradicting what he says, but he's a bully, so they're just like, so you want me to kill myself, do you? No, I'm joking. But yeah, he basically says to take a swan dive off the building, but instead set the building on fire because someone quite based off his quirk. Anyway, back on the pointy enders. Deku realizes how much of a little chance he has because of his quirk, but because of his quirk of becoming a hero, because it's quite an evil quirk. Of course, he idolizes Endeavor, but the thing about Endeavor is that he's not really a people hero, so he views that he could never become number one, because number one has to be the symbol of peace. It has to be somebody good, somebody bright, somebody with a smile, with a power that's like super strength, like a power that everybody can relate with, like Superman. Like, he sees the flames as kind of a curse, kind of like, well, hell, not quite, but flames, they can't ever be, he views it as it can never be a symbol of peace, because he doesn't have control. His quirk's dangerous and out of control, and he'll never learn control because he'll never get the right permission. So he kind of just looks at himself and goes, can I ever be the symbol of peace? And he's always questioning this, because Deku, he's a warrior, and honestly I feel sorry for the poor lad. But anyway, so he takes the opposite, he takes a different route home, worrying about basically the future, whilst also scoffing about Bakugo basically blowing up his book, you know, like he does, and trying to salvage the certain pages. He does. So then he's focusing on the walk and just mumbling like he's just like, can I ever become a hero even though my quirk isn't good enough? It's dangerous, it doesn't help people, am I gonna have to work on my normal body? I'm basically quirkless when it comes to fighting people because I don't know whether I'm gonna hurt him or not. Unless I fight a villain that's strong enough, but then will I be strong enough to defeat it since my quirk's dangerous, but it's not that powerful when it comes to people. And then the slime monster comes along and comes at Deku basically, like goes in for the attack. This surprises Deku, but he still didn't want to use his quirk because he didn't know how the fire or the flames will react against the slime. But once the slime starts taking over his body, he has 1 minute outburst of flames that actually end up singeing and weakening the slime monster itself. Not defeating it, just weakening it to enough where All Might can see and actually realise how powerful this kid's quirk kind of is, but at the same time how dangerous it is, which causes him to like kind of hesitate when he goes into help. Not like hesitate, but basically instead of jumping in and going, oh, this dude needs my help, he's jumping in and going, oh, this dude's actually pretty powerful. Because Deku's never seen it that way, because he can't actually use his quirk because of how dangerous it is. Like, sure, Bakugo's quirk is dangerous, but it's nothing compared to his. Like, he could start a house fire and kill so many people, but we won't talk about that because that's actually kind of gruesome now I think about it. But anyway, so All Might comes in, uses Detroit Smash, as he does, which puts in enough power to separate the slime monsters that can't join back together, which is all good because when the slime monster separates, it's defeated. Helps collect the slime, but of course this time some of it's been singed, which actually means the slime monsters a little bit weaker than before, if that makes sense. So, anyway, slime monster's been defeated. Deku, stuff like goes like usual. Let me explain why. Deku is still quirkless. He sees himself as quirkless. He sees his quirk as too dangerous to run, and he basically goes up to All Might like, can I ever become a hero with such a dangerous quirk? And All Might looks at him and goes, no, kid, no, you can't. You'll just end up hurting the people you want to save. You're better off just acting quirkless and becoming a policeman. That was a fake cough, just want to clarify. And then steam starts covering his body and he turns into Small Might, and then Deku's like, oh my god, you're an imposter! I always knew it! Someone call an emergency meeting now. Then they're like, oh my god, he's an imposter. Oh my god, what the fuck, what do we do here? So, him being an imposter, well, he's not actually an imposter, but basically, then the question comes out, then he explains about the injury and he's like, as you can see, unless you get that quirk under control, you'll just end up hurting people, turning them into shells of them former selves, just like me. And basically, All Might's dead sad about his injuries. He's not got much to like live for and all that stuff, and he's a bit sad. But anyway, Deku's still like looking up for him, you know, if that makes sense. Anyway, so we're gonna skip forward like, I think it's like 5 minutes. He's walking home, mumbling to himself like, not even All Might believes in me. Do I even have a chance? And then that's when it happens. That's when Bakugo gets taken over by the slime monster. And this is where I'm going to end it here. You're probably asking me why am I editing it here? You've not really got into it yet. Well, this is kind of just a warm episode. It's mainly here to say thank you and sorry. But I will give you this one. There will be no upload coming tomorrow for this. So if you like it, I want you to like, subscribe if you're new, and also comment, I like this series, keep it up. Or just comment like a thumbs up, or just this is great, or I don't like this is bad, where are the biscuit reviews? If you get that. If not, I understand. But yeah, just give me a heads up whether you like it or not. Of course, the second one is definitely going to be coming out tomorrow, and the third one will be coming out the day after that. As for the fourth, I'm going to have to see whether I have enough time. But thank you for watching. Goodbye.